Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is DizzySlay MUA, and finally we are back with another client makeup tutorial. So today I'm going to show you guys how I do this glittery smoky eye, but like it's not your ordinary smoky eye because it's me. So right now I'm cleaning my client's face with the Thayers, the witch hazel. And now I'm applying the setting powder to her brows just to get rid of any excess oils. That we have nice smooth brow application. They don't look greasy later on in the day. So on her brows, I'm using the Top Brow Fine Precision Pencil by Kiss New York. And this is in the shade Deep Dark Brown. This is my favorite brow pencil to use. You can get it from like any beauty supply store. It is $7.99, I believe. Like $8. And it's perfect. Like you apply pressure, it's darker. Use less pressure, it's light. Like I've used this on an array of clients of different skin complexions. So you see I'm outlining the brow and I filled it in at the tail end. And then when I get to the front, I'm just going to do a couple strokes and just make them go straight up and down, make them go vertical. Is that vertical? Yeah, that's vertical. Duh. I knew that. Alright, and then that's it for that brow. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I don't think you guys need to see me do another brow. So, yeah. Next, we're going to add the concealer underneath. So, I am using the Juvia's Place Magic Concealer in the shade 9. I guess number 9. And I'm also using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in 53S. In the front of the brow, I like to go in with their foundation color. For her, this is the Beauty Bakery Insta Bake Foundation in 303W. So I like to keep it their complexion in the front because it looks way better when we actually go to contour, and then after the makeup is done, you don't have that light concealer mark in the front. Like, it drives me crazy. Alright, so now I'm just blending out the concealer and foundation under the brow. And now I'm going to trace the top of the brow. And it's like the opposite. So I'm using foundation like halfway to the back. And then in the front, I'm using the concealer. So then when we go to highlight the forehead, it's basically already done right there. Work harder. No, shoot. Work smarter, not harder. Alright, I'm using my favorite eyeshadow primer, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, and I am placing that on the lids. I don't do a lot, like it looks like a lot, but I'm placing it, and then that's all I'm using. And I'm just gonna spread that over her lid. You're probably like, why are you using such a light base if you're doing a smoky eye? Because it's me, and yeah. So to get that smoky eye, I hate like when you can see like cracks and creases. So I've tried different like black bases and even like a black eye crown. It doesn't work. But what does work is the Kat Von D gel liner. This is in the shade Graphite, and I'm just placing that like in the center of the eye. So this is my version of a smoky. It's not just going to be all black. I want it to be black and purple because I love purple on chocolate skin. So I'm using the Juvia's Place Warrior 3 palette, and this is that purple shade in there. I believe it's called Candace. So I'm using that like at our crease, and then I'm going to blend that upwards towards the brow and out. So yeah, I'm just using like little at a time, going back and forth over the same spots, doing small circular motions. I just think that this color was so pretty, like, and it's gonna go so good with our glitter that we use. So now that the purple is where I want it, I'm actually now gonna do the black. This is the black from the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place. And this is going to be placed all on the actual lid of the eye. And then as I get closer to like where the purple is, I'm gonna just like, try and blend it out so it blends kind of seamlessly together. So yeah, so you see me going over and over in spots because like I said, I don't want that black to be patchy. I don't want us to see through it. And using that base definitely helps. So that same brush that we used for the purple, I just like lightly tapped it into the black, and now I'm buffing it on the outer part of the black so that it hits that purple and they blend really good together. And then I'm gonna go back and forth between the black and the purple until I am satisfied with the blend, and you can do the same. See? Now we have like a smoky eye, but with purple. And for the glitter, this is a black glitter by DizzySlay House. Hey! It's called Melanin Magic. So I'm using lash glue, and I'm going to apply it on the lid and then take a brush and just make sure that it's on evenly and try to spread the glue out anywhere else. And then go right into the glitter and apply it. Doing it this method, I rarely have fallout. The glitter is nice and flat and it's not too much glue because like, you know, I pat it down and try to get it spread as much as I can. And oh my god, like look at those eyes, like little black disco balls. Alright, after the glitter's all on, I'm taking a smaller brush and going back into that black, and I'm just gonna blend the shadow just on the edges of this glitter. And still in the Warrior 2 palette, I'm using the white, and I'm using this in the corners of her eyes. I am so obsessed with like making the inner corners lighter. Like all of my looks now have like a blown out inner corner. So I did the white, and now I'm going to go into the Violet Mini palette by Juvia's. And this is like that lightest lavender color. I'm sorry, it doesn't have a name, but I'm applying that there too. And then on top of that lavender, I am going to add a loose pigment. This is called Crystal, also by DizzySlay House. So we did the white, that way that our lavender would show up, and then we're adding the sparkles so it goes in with the glitter, and the inner corner speaks to us. I feel like we got through the eyes like super fast, but I mean, smoky eye doesn't take long. These are our face primers. I like to use the Urban Decay All Nighter and the Derma Blend Insta Grip. So in the T-zone is where I use the Derma Blend, and all on the outer parts of the face I will use the Urban Decay. This is what I do for like most of my clients because I feel like everyone has that like oily T-zone, and it's worked out perfectly for me. Okay, now I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush and start applying her foundation. Like I said, she was 303W by Beauty Bakery, and so that's what I'm going to use to just you know, push this product into her face. And I absolutely love this color on her. Like as you can see, her chest is a little bit lighter, but I'm going off her face shade, and then I'm going to bring it down the neck. And I do use a smaller brush like here on areas that the big brush can't get into. So like around the nose, top of the lip, and like usually like around the hairline. And that smaller brush definitely helps with that to get everything nice and blended. Now I'm adding the concealer under her eye. I'm using the Tarte. This is the 53S. So yeah, I had to think. Yes, this is the 53S. So I'm adding that to the corners, the chin, and then I'm going to do it on the outer part of the eye, center forehead. Well, you'll see. Then I'm going to go in with the Juvia's, the Magic Concealer in 9. Just like that will tone it down a little bit. Because just using, I think, that first light color would have been way too much. I definitely like to mix my concealers with my more chocolate clients. It looks so much better. So I'm also going to put that Juvia's over top of the lip. And you're going to see how I do the nose and forehead with it. So this is how we get those brows really crisp at the front. So this is that darker concealer. And you see I'm going right there. And then that's how I make sure that my brows are even as well. Like, okay, these lines equal up. We did good today, guys. Like, and then I'm going to also go down the nose. Now, I am so sorry that I couldn't show you guys how I blend all of this out. Like, you'll see it skip a little, but that's because I didn't realize that my hair was like all in the camera. You could not see a thing, but you see how well like it blended out with the forehead and how good like it looks with the brows. And then when I go to blend the concealer, I go back and forth between that big brush, this small brush, and I use a beauty blender. Like, I make sure we are very well blended and everything is flat, no patchiness, no creases. Like, I will go over under their eye over and over. So yeah, back and forth under the eye. I'm using the beauty blender, and then I'm going to use a brush. And I really take my time because I don't want any creasing, and I want everything very nice and blended. And then from there, I'm going to start to set. So it might be annoying for your client to stay looking up, but it's best if they do, because once they don't look up, you have to blend those creases out again before you apply the powder. So I'm using the AC Cosmetics setting powder in Deep Beige, which I really love for my chocolate girls because it's not red and it's not yellow. Like, it is a nice neutral undertone. I cannot tell you how many times I've used a yellow one and I freaking hate it, and I just be like, I'm so sorry. Like, so I'm so glad that they have this shade that I can use. Now I'm gonna set the forehead and everywhere else that we had our concealer. Now, I'm not a baker. I don't like to let it bake long. I used to. Shoot, some days I still do, but on my clients I don't. Like, I feel like it kind of dries them out if I let it sit too long. So I'll let it sit for like 30 seconds and then I just use the brush to blend it all in. So now I'm shaping her face with contour. This is the shade Stick by Juvia's Place in the shade Congo. So that's why I'm using to carve out her cheeks, and then I'm going to use this around her forehead. Now to contour the nose. You see, I don't take it all the way up. I place it like in the middle of the nose, and then I use a brush and blend the rest of that product up and down the nose, so it's not too much. All right, bronzing up the face now. I love, like, I am obsessed with the Morphe face palettes. I think I have all of them. So for her, I'm using 8D to add this bronzer to the face. And yeah, you see it. Like, I really can't even describe the way I feel about it. I just really love it. And I'm also going to use the blush out of that palette. I really like it. It looks kind of like raspberry-ish. Like, it's almost like a purpley tint. Like, it's not super pink. And I love that. Like, for me, I'll go out with a bright pink blush. Like, blush me up. But it's not suitable on every client. So, like I said, I love this shade that's in this palette for her. All right, now this I recently just got into the setting under the contour. So it took me a while to like really like it because I felt like sometimes you would still see that line and it just would look crazy. So what I discovered is AC Cosmetics is the only company that I've tried where it doesn't leave that powder line. Like, so even when I apply it, like I don't use a lot. Like I try to wipe some off before I put it down there. And then I take it from under the contour to just about the chin. And then I'm also going to do the nose because remember we didn't set that yet. And then right after it's done, I'm not even letting it sit long. I am using that brush and I am pushing that product into the skin. And that's honestly my favorite way, and it has to be with this brand. Now to highlight the cheeks, this is by Kiss New York as well. This is their Glow and Bronze highlighter in the shade Deep. I absolutely love it. It's a pressed highlighter and it's so pretty. Under the eyes, again, Kiss New York. Okay, Kiss, I see y'all. Like, clearly I'm a Kiss girl. I'm going under the eye with their luxury eyeliner. This is Blackest Black. And now I'm going to use that black in the Juvia's Warrior 2 palette. And I'm going right on top of where we just put that black liner. Because, you know, I kind of want the bottom smoked out just a little bit. And I love smoking out with shadow instead of doing a pencil and smudging. I don't know. I just can't do it. Like, I just feel like me, personally, I can't do it right. So, look, stick to what you know is what I do. And in the front of the eye, I'm actually using the purple that's also in the Violet Mini palette by Juvia's. This is the darker purple, not that light lavender that we used. The one that's matte. Alright, time to glue the lashes on. So I apply the glue to the lash line and then also to the lash. You see how my hair is in the way? Like, come on. That's because I usually like wear scarves and bonnets when I record and I wasn't even thinking. And of course, every time I turned around, my head wasn't there. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. I don't understand how people would want full glam and not want lashes. Like, it's literally the cherry on top. Sprinkles if you're not into cherries. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, for her lips, I am lining them. So I actually really like to use eyeliners for lip liners. So this is again by Kiss. This is their Luxury Intense eyeliner in the shade Dark Brown. So that's what I'm going to use to line her lips. And you know, I just don't do just a straight line. So I'll line it and then shade some down onto the lip. And then now I'm going to do the same with the bottom. Now I'm taking the matte stick by Crown Case. This is in the shade Gumbo. So I'm spreading that right on top of that dark brown liner. It's so pretty. Like, it's a nice chocolate color, and then it's going to blend with that liner and then blend with what we use in the center of the lips, which is also by Crown Case. It's the matte sticks, and this is in Marie. So I'm just basically going to place this like in the center. And then you guys are going to see how like I blend them together and it looks so pretty on her. She's starting to look like a little Barbie doll. Oh my god. And she has like bomb freaking lips. Like, I wish my lips looked like that. Lucky. Alright, after I have the lipstick where I want it, I use this brush to blend it better. So this is what I use to blend the two shades together. So I'm going to go back and forth between the Marie and using the Gumbo to get these shades to mesh well together. And like, a brush just really does that. Like, I love those little lip applicators, but sometimes you have to use this. For me, sometimes, you know, let me rephrase that. Sometimes I have to use this to get it to blend the way I want. And you see I went back into the Gumbo to put it in the corners, like on the outer parts of Marie, to give us a really nice blend. And then I'm going over her lips with a glittery gloss, also by DizzySlay House. It's called Pisces. And I just felt like glittery gloss went with these glittery lips. Like, we can't have plain lips and the eyes is looking like bam. Okay? Look, my head is starting to block out some of the light so you can see it better, but it just looks so pretty on her. And look at it. Look, she could feel how good she look. She could feel it. So now I'm spraying her down with the Ben Nye Final Seal. I put it in like a hairspray bottle, but it does what it needs to do, okay? And then pull out the Beyonce fan. See, she could feel it. Do you guys like this look? What do you think? No, but honestly, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down for me. She is really popping. I love this. Yes, don't forget to subscribe, okay? And like this. Thumbs up on a gang, 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 gang. This has been DizzySlay MUA, and I will see you guys next time.